Hello, everyone. So, welcome back to part two. We previously were working on finding a magazine cover, and we have now found a magazine cover. So, I'm going to be going on to use this template, and I've already loaded it because my Wi Fi is still not the best, but we're working with it. So, now I've got this wonderful spread. I have my cover, and I have four additional content pages, which I can make my own. Right now, again, I want to point out that you can see that there is a watermark on every single one of these photos. So if I was actually go to download right now, it's going to ask me to pay $6 for every single one of these photos. And I really don't want to do that because I can find pictures in the public domain or my own pictures, or you can go on Google Images, but you need to cite those pictures. So you need to cite where you got those pictures from if you're using them from Google. So we're going to go to Uploads, and I've already uploaded a bunch of pictures, but you can also click on Upload Your Images and we can upload that way, or you can also drag in your images as well. And that is usually on Macs or Windows and not Chromebooks. Chromebooks don't drag very well. So I've decided I'm going to go with a coffee ground potentially as my front cover. Actually, you know what? Let's go with the espresso picture. Let's make that the aesthetics of what we want. So I've now clicked on this picture and it's going to be loading. It's actually higher quality than this usually, but I think because my Wi-Fi, nope, there it goes. It loaded in. So we're going to pick this picture instead. So I'm going to go now to the background because previously I said that I was not totally a fan. I do like the yellow, but for theory's sake, I am actually going to change the color. So I went to background color here and I'm going to change it to orange. I can also just click on the background and decide to change it how I want to as well, but I'm going to go with orange just for theory's sake. I've decided that I'm okay with the black of the text, and I like the peace sans. Peace sans. Um, Munch sounds okay for a coffee magazine or a coffee article, I guess. So then I'm going to go to my uploads because I want to show you how to do something. So I don't want this picture to take over the here. I actually want it to make it more translucent and I want to send it to the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tone down the translucency. And right now, do you see how it's kind of covering everything? It's a film over all the different things. Nope. So sometimes Canva has a mind of its own and it thinks it knows what you want it to do, but it doesn't actually know what you want it to do. Technology, it's crazy. So I'm going to do this and hopefully it doesn't, okay, it works. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to go to arrange right here. So I'm going to be sending it back. This is the same thing if anyone's ever sent something forward or backwards on Google Slides. This is like kind of the same principle. So you can see over here, I've got my dot and you can see that it's actually sending it to the back. So now everything else is on top of those beans and I'm content, I guess, for this front cover for right now. Now I'm going to scroll down because one of the things that you need along with your cover and the different components of a magazine cover is actually going to have your article title on the front page. You can have fake other ones as well, but you definitely need to have your own. So what I've decided is I don't want to do 27. I'm going to do something like thanks. And I'm going to make it smaller. Okay, there we go. Thanks, a latte. And I'm going to make this larger. I'm going for a pun for my article. So I'm going to do thanks a latte. And I'm going to put it down here. And I'm going to say inside, learn about the health benefits of drinking like a daily dose of coffee. One of the things is I'm not sure if I spelled benefits right, but there's no spell check in Canva, so I definitely recommend you spell check everything before you bring it into Canva. So I'm not totally pleased with how this is, but I can start to mess around with it and kind of make it my own as well. But I just wanted to show you kind of how you could put your front cover on. your article cover on the front page. So I've got this. I'm content with this so far. And now I'm going to go on to my second page. I'm going to change the color background again because I am going for an orange one, not yellow. And I'm deciding I'm now going to show you how to do elements. So in Elements, you can find a lot of different things. You can find free photos, grids, which allow you to import pictures really easily in a grid format, frames, again, which allows you to import images in some cool frames, which is neat, shapes, which allows you to, have different shapes in your thing. So shapes are really good to really call attention to certain areas. So I'm going to make this white and I'm going to send this back so that now this could pop a little bit. I don't really like that, but just an example. Um, then you have lines, illustrations, icons. The charts option is very cool because you could actually add in your own data and make it aesthetically pleasing. These are all different ways you could do it. So I'm going to try to find a picture for coffee. Go to the photos. And right now you see there's a pro, there's a $1. I don't want pro or $1. Those I'm going to have to pay for. But I'm going to go for the free image here. So now that I've got this free image, I'm actually deciding that I would actually like to add a filter to this. So maybe I kind of want to go for a Cali feel or an edge. Maybe let's go Cali. I can also decide that I want to move my coffee a bit around. So maybe I want to move it there. So now you have your image and it's high quality and it's from Canva, so you don't need to cite it. And here's one way you could do it. You could also add in some illustrations. So we have a coffee here. Maybe I want to make it like smaller and like put it into the side of the picture here and add a little illustration. And it's free, so that's great. Additionally, you can add in new text. So you can drag over something and you can make it your own. You don't actually have to use these like text combinations over here, but you can if you want to. Right up here, this was a text combination. Do you see how it kind of came out a little funky just because I played with the font size? If I wanted to redo this, I would just actually grab one of the headings and redo it that way and do it manually. So, one of the last things that I want to point out is that a lot of people are not going to have a cover that they chose that actually is going to work for them. So, you might, but reword that. A lot of people will only have the cover by themselves. So, if I look over here, do you see how this says 5 in the corner and this one flow doesn't have anything? Flow is just going to be the magazine cover, and the paid dollar on the sign here is probably going to be for this image. Again, you don't need to pay for any images. Um, and over here, the 5, so if I was to click on the 5, it actually is going to give me the subsequent articles that you could use. So just keep that in mind. If you only have a cover right now, you can still find additional content pages and not have to, really suffer and make your own from scratch. Last thing that I want to point out is that I do really love Canva. There's two things that I have to say that I don't like. First, when your Wi-Fi is not the best, everything takes forever to load. Second, and this is the thing that I want to point out right now. Do you see how it says unsaved changes up here? If I was to go to File and Save, do you see how it's still not saving my changes? This is an issue with Canva. Right now, this is never going to save. All this work that I've just done, it's not going to save at all. I'm actually going to have to reload this entire magazine to try to see if I can get it to save. I have gone through this countless amounts of time. I've lost a lot of work over the few years that I've actually been using Canva by doing this. You need to think of it not as a Google Doc, but as using Microsoft Word instead. So every single time that you make major changes or even just slight changes, make sure you go to File and Save and make sure it says all changes saved. Every single time. Be really diligent about going to File and Save. So this was a little bit here on Canva. If you have any questions, just let me know. Stop by the library, stop by my desk, send me an email, ask your teachers questions. I really love Canva, and I hope that you're able to create something really awesome and magical for your senior project magazine. Okay, have a good day, everyone.